Go ahead.
Josh.MP4, AmeriCorps Legal Fellow, serving in Rapid City, South Dakota at my host organization, Access to Justice.
What do you do there?
I'm a legal fellow. I manage a heavy caseload, and I'm involved in the community, doing what I can to provide legal representation to those who can afford it the least but need it the most.
What is the most outrageous injustice you've experienced over the course of your time as an AmeriCorps Legal Fellow?
Most outrageous injustice. Well, I think that when you look at it, you have to look at the proportionality, and I might know of certain, for example, landlords that have, for example, Ferrari Testarossa, but yet, despite the great fortune that he had, he couldn't do what he was obligated to do under contract and under South Dakota law, which is keep the heat on and knowingly make repairs in his apartment buildings. And to me, I find that particularly offensive when somebody won't honor a contract and will knowingly allow children to be cold, to live in a apartment with exposed ceilings, where they are possibly subjected to all nature of pathogens. I found that very, very upsetting.
What were you able to do about it?
Breathe a little bit of fire, for sure. I try to, so I can help as many people as I can, to have negotiations that are without resorting to litigation. Although I have had to, with this particular person, have a few cases, let him know that I'll go from start to finish, and just because my clients don't have much money, oftentimes don't have much education, and sometimes, you know, about as down as luck as they could possibly be, that doesn't mean that the rest of the world is just turning a blind eye to what happens to them.
So what do you think, ultimately, what do you think the impact of your fellowship will be?
Ultimately, I think the impact of my fellowship, you know, I wish I had a magic wand to give you a good answer, and I don't know if I have a good answer for that, but I would like to think that it could be told in vignettes from various people. What I'd like to see is, for example, the client I helped get custody of a child who, according to multiple credible sources, was living with a convicted sex offender and otherwise living in some conditions that I wouldn't subject my dog to. Okay, so what I'm hoping is that that child can be raised happily, and then go on and do what that child was intended to do, and hopefully never be put in a position again where his personal liberties, his personal rights are violated by someone else. So, you know, I hope that's what I hope from that particular person, and I'd like to think that there's a few more of those stories out there, and maybe who knows, maybe long term, a couple years from now, maybe there's just a handful of people that are really going to say that my fellowship, you know, amount to anything. I prefer not to think that, but if I can, for example, play a role in somebody not getting molested, if I, for example, can play a role in somebody being in government housing that's warm and secure and allows them to focus on their education, that's good enough for me.
Thank you for serving with Equal Justice Works with AmeriCorps and with Access to Justice. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.